Welcome to the Brontë house. I'm super excited to see the place where our first ladies of literature made their not only their home, but their imaginary worlds and their play home and their incredible wonderland for their rich, fertile imaginations. The gardens are gorgeous, and what you may not know about the parsonage is that it, of course, backs up to a church, but between their home and the church is a graveyard. And the Brontës were using this gate from the little parsonage into the graveyard when the family member died, and it's just beautiful. Because it's COVID, we have to wait for our turn to get in, and only a few people are allowed. This is the only room in the home that I chose to take footage of because it felt like it was the most intriguing and exciting. This is the dining room, and after dinner it is believed that the three sisters would sit at this table to write, but also walk around it as they were planning and plotting out their novels and twists and turns for their characters and storylines. It is also believed that on that couch is where Emily died. So we've just exited the parsonage, and I want to take you on a tour down this little lane because it is one of the most charming things I've ever seen. It's ginormous charm in miniature proportion. So come on down the lane with me. And it certainly gives you the feel for what the girls would have lived with, of course, with far fewer amenities. This is their yard that leads to the house, and there's the house. It looks rather large from the front and is not so large inside. It's rather petite. Here we have the school that was built by their relative, their predecessor. So you can imagine them inside here on a dreary day, teaching their students their letters. I believe Charlotte also had her wedding reception here. So there you can see it better. And then, of course, we have the church, its beautiful tower, and the graveyard. So their house overlooked the graveyard, these beautiful old trees, and the church. And I love this moss and lichen covered wall. If you come down this cobblestone drive, just imagine. First, I want to show you this. I have discovered the local witch's hut. If that isn't the scene of a green witch's cottage, what is? It's called the Rookery. The Rook Nook. Is that charm central? Look at this little thing. Look at this. Look. Oh, I know you can imagine living here. Me too. Especially when you see this gorgeous color on the side of the building. We're gonna walk over here. We're gonna walk down this little lane here. This is the entry to the church. They have signs about COVID, but look at that gorgeous door. Stained glass windows, wish I could see them. And then, there you go. Look at that. It's beauty. Beauty. And back up the lane so that you can see the church door now, looking back at the graveyard. Now we're gonna walk down this little tiny side lane and wait till you see what's at the end of it. I just can't even. I'm telling you, I'm shivering with anticipation. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it to darken a little bit for you. There we go. Okay, now how about that, friends? How about that? Outside of this gate, I mean the apothecary guest house next to the cabinet of curiosities. I don't know about you, but I just love me a place with chandeliers and stars on the ceiling. So we continue our way. Oh, there's the Fleece Inn. You can get a pint. And the little cobbled lane. The brass band lives here. Who knew? Oh. Who is that? Well, that just makes me want to knock on the door and meet whoever lives there. It's just the stuff that fairy tales and storybooks are made of. I know you agree with me. I know you want to come shop here. I do too. It's a little challenging in COVID world, but we're doing what we can. Look at the mailboxes on the Rochester house.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Super nice, even though they haven't made this pedestrian, is there are not a lot of cars. But there is a lot of charm. I mean, just look at that. We have the tea room. And what is that over there? The sleeping house, bed and breakfast. If that doesn't make you want to stay here, what would? What could possibly work on you? Look at that. The sleeping house. Ugh. Seduce me with your siren song. And here we are in the windows. Delicious. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my arms. That about brings us to the end of the lane, where it gets much louder. But look at the view. Here we go. Just look at the view. Graveyard, church, the old town hall.